Okay, so I guess I thought I was recording before. I am just lounging in my big fat chair. And of course, I got all my little goodies in the windowsill because I was trying to build. And I got this actually came. This is something that I'm gonna use for the chair that I'm making, but it's just a foam piece that um I got from my new Chromebook that I got. I don't know why. Well, yes, I do know why I bought a Chromebook. I bought a Chromebook and an Apple Book, and yeah, because one usually does like I'm able to transfer my files from different places. So yeah, so I have all that, the tape and everything, because I am making furniture. I did not make this furniture, so yeah, this is already made, but I started making furniture, so that's why all that is in there. But that does not that's not the reason why I am making this video. I know I'm looking lounging, I'm lounging, but lipstick first. I know. I love my little pillow. Somebody gave me this actually, but it says but first lipstick, and yeah. Anywho, let me get back to the topic because I'm like drifting off so much. Um, when I got finished walking my dog, I got into the house, and I'm usually not even on Facebook, but I had an acting gig. Look at my lips so ashy. Anywho, I had an acting gig that responded to me. Oh, I'm sorry, my arms hurt, y'all. My arms hurt so much. Like after swimming and all that exercising, oh my God, it hurts. Okay, it hurts. Okay, and my dog is a little yipper. She is a Shih Tzu, and she runs a lot. So when I take her outside, it's not walking. We are running. So yeah, that's it. Excuse me for the lighting. I do have my conversational light on. Cha cha cha. And I just don't want to get up because I got like about 30 minutes before I literally have to walk outside the door and get in my car and go to my next job. But anyhow, I came in the house and I get on Facebook and I'm seeing all these things that are happening in my hometown, and I'm like, congratulations. I'm still happy because all this stuff is happening, and the place that I grew up at, it's always, well, both places in Haiti and in Gary, Indiana, these are the two places that people always think that it's just horrible living conditions. These are the worst places to live in the world, and that's not always the case. You can make it and not to say that you because you can make it anywhere that it's not rough living in these areas, but it's rough living in other areas. I remember um when I lived in Hawaii, it was really rough because the cost of living was so expensive. Not only that, when I lived in New York, when I lived in Dubai, well, Dubai was good. I'm not even gonna lie about that. That was cool. But even when I lived here in Fort Wayne, um, they have all these resources, but it was so hard to live. Not on, I mean, well, mine was a whole different story, but it still was hard to live because of the mindset of the people. And so yeah, so anywho, so I was looking on Facebook. I was looking at my hometown, and I see that all these people are like applauding them. These people that are doing a lot of things. We had a champion of the world. We had a football player. People are going achieving their goals and things like that. So and I was like, oh my goodness, I posted all that stuff on my page, and I was just like, that is so great. But it started making me realize, like, and I started seeing not only that, I started seeing people that were supporting these people all during their journey, even strangers that supported these people. So I had to look at myself, and I was like, okay, if that was the case, why when I was there, it was not happening? Why was I not getting the support that I believe that I should have gotten. Like, was I thinking that I was? Because at first I was like, am I thinking that I am I being just too um, authoritative? Am I feeling like I'm entitled or like I'm just deserving of this support? And then, like I said, after looking at it today, I was like, you know what? I actually was entitled to, not to say entitled, but I should have been welcomed, But unfortunately, I wasn't, and that's okay, that's okay. But I thought in my head, because I didn't get that attention and I didn't get that, um, I wasn't received and loved by a lot of people and shown love from my hometown and other places, that maybe it's just because they're not capable of seeing it. They never seen anyone else do that. But now looking at those people and seeing that they had people that were around them who were supporting them from day one, and some people jumped on the bandwagon later, lets me know that um there was nothing wrong with me. There was absolutely nothing wrong with me. There was nothing wrong with what I was, how I felt or anything like that. Yes, I should have been supported. But because it was me, because people, they get so comfortable with seeing you always doing things, they don't equate for you, or they don't desire for you to get to that level. And not only that, that people really do have a choice. You know, it was just a choice that they didn't choose you. Which it kind of hurts, but it let me know that it was okay. Like I said, it was nothing wrong with me. It was just their choice, and not to support me. It was their choice not to support me, even though I'm always going in, and doing work behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, around the scenes, in those areas. What it led me to realize is that you can't please everyone. You really can't. Now, is it saying that I'm just never gonna do anything in my hometown to help support? No, never. I would never say that. But what I will say is that it has changed my mindset to the point where I make sure that whatever area I'm putting my energy into is a place that's receptive and willing to receive me, whether I like it or I feel comfortable in it or not. Whether people pat me on the back or not, I've gotten to that place to go to where my message, where my goals at can be received by the people that it needs to be received. And it's not going to hit everyone. It's not going to hit everyone. Some people are able to receive things from other people. And sometimes that's just because of their limited view. Well, most of the time it's from their limited view. But it's okay if Johnny, who's been around me that my whole life, thinks that I'm not worthy of attaining championships or attaining my goals. It's okay. What I have to realize is that Johnny is not in control of my life. Johnny only has a limit, only has as much power in my life as I give them. So I might have to limit myself from them and move Johnny out of the equation. And not only that, when I do get it, and Johnny has that realization that you could, don't let Johnny back in. Don't let Johnny back in. I had this instance with this one woman, and it was so crazy because me going through this whole thing, a lot of people kept telling me that she was a wolf in sheep's clothing. And, when you're attached to someone, this was my lesson I had to learn. When you're attached to someone, sometimes you get blinded by the things that they, by their affection, and not look at the things that they say and they do. This whole time, this lady was very rude and very disruptive in my life, but I got so attached to her because she did a couple of things that I did not get in my young life and in my adult life. And she would listen to me. Like, a lot of people do not listen to me. I have family members, I have friends, supposedly friends. I don't have them anymore. Friends that don't listen to me because I've learned to just let them go, because they're not friends in the first place. Um, but I had people around me who would not listen to me unless it was something in a crisis and they knew that I could come and give them answers, even though the whole time I would be saying things. Or when my feelings are, or I'm going through something and I want to express things, when I go and talk to them, they are not listening to the full capacity. So they will only hear what they wanted to hear part of it, part of the situation that's going down. So this lady literally did that. Like, she literally tapped into it. She was very in tune with that, and just really played on my emotions and the insecurities that I did have, and just worked her way in there. And then after that, it was just abuse after abuse after abuse. She would say things, mean things to me, hang up, like, in my face, and I would be calling her like, okay, well, let's rectify, let's do this, and she would not respond until I literally apologized, and then she would respond. Like, those kind of little manipulative tactics. And I was just like, what the heck? And you feel like you're being twisted, and it's so quick, and you don't catch on to it. But and I know you're like, why did she go into that whole thing of saying that? I'm saying that because it was something that I had to. Okay. It was something that I had to work on, something that I had to develop in myself, and to say it's okay to have insecurities, it's okay to be vulnerable, but work on it. Work on your vulnerabilities. Don't try to hide it to the point where it's hurting you, because when you get wounded, it's like you don't even want to open up to anyone else because you've seen these people time and time again, and I was having it over and over and over, and that's because I was trusting the wrong people to help me to develop into the person that I needed to be. And so God got to me to a point where I just started literally relying on Him and not looking towards man, or looking to a situation that might look good, because some things like that, those situations, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. The devil never gives you, and the devil is a spirit too. Like, he never comes and gives you something that looks bad. It always looks good. It always has some good benefit to it. But it could, later on, it's there to destroy you. So I was walking into these areas, into these arenas with these types of people. I had them all around me. But like I said, God got me to a point to where I needed to rely on Him and get it towards Him. So then when I get back up and when I try this again, that I will be able to be in tune with the right people. And that not only that, when the elevation comes, I'll be ready to hold the weight. And some of those people who downed you, and you're listening to this, this is not just a testimony for my life. This is for you, because a lot of you guys are listening to this, and you went through the same thing. You went for a job, and these people backstabbed you. They did all this. You wrote down literally. I went to this one job, and I literally wrote their whole format for how their whole structure of the organization even works. And I mean, they literally tried to set me up. I did all that work, set them up with these programs, went and got myself paid for my own education to get myself qualified and certified so I can help their organization. And they literally was trying to, like, set me up, like, not only just to get me fired, but legally, so I can spend jail time, And thank God got me out of that situation. He just literally told me to leave. And they're literally dealing with the same situation, because things backfire. And when you follow God's command, things backfire. Everything that rises up against you in judgment, shall be condemned if they go against, if you're following and you're in the flow of God. So, like I said, a lot of you guys are going through the same exact thing. You done have betrayal after betrayal after betrayal. You tried to work on yourself, and you have worked on yourself. You developed yourself, and a lot of people, they're getting intimidated. So this is why they're downplaying your accomplishments. They're downplaying who you are and things that you've done just to make themselves better, to make themselves feel comfortable, and to make them not look at their own selves to see how much that they've let their light dwindle and diminish. Because we all have goals and things that we're supposed to do here, and when you focus on that, your light shines so bright. When you're in that moment and you're working on yourself, you don't have time to break down anyone else. But they do have time. You have to understand that they have time to do that. That's why they're doing that to you, because they haven't taken the time to work on themselves, and they're thinking that it's impossible for them. So don't get mad. Just understand that process. And once you start working on yourself, they're going to start turning back, and they're going to want to come in. You just keep going. You just keep going. And when it's your time and your light shines, and God shines the light on you to tell you it's time to shine your light, don't let them back in. Don't let them back in. They already understood. They understood when they see you. See, you don't have to get closure. I thought that I had to get closure by speaking to everyone and, blah, blah this and blah, 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 blah. No, you don't have to get closure. You don't have to get revenge. The best revenge is being successful. The best revenge is them seeing that you made it without them. Because there's a lot of people who think that you couldn't have did this, I did all this, and they're telling all these people, well, I did this all for this person, and they didn't have nothing, and they didn't have that. I had someone that was very close to me, old friend. God just showed me the light that, hey, this was only for a season. This person wasn't supposed to be there. It was just only for a season. And literally showed me that they thought they were better than me, and not only better than me, they thought that they created me, and it was just what? How is this even possible? My parents, who I went through their birth canal, to be formed, didn't even create me. God created me before the foundation of the world. What happened? I was created before this was even existed. So how can you take credit for that? So you're gonna have that. You're gonna have people that knock you down, and you be like, well, why is it me? Why can't I get this love and affection and this attention, that they're giving, that they're giving to someone else? And not to say that no one else didn't deserve it, because they all deserve it. All those athletes, they all deserved it, because it's a hard walk to go and say no to a lot of things, and no to outings, and no to family gatherings to achieve that level. You have to practice. You have to put a lot of effort and a lot of energy into your work, into your craft. You have to skip the Thanksgiving parties and the Christmas parties to get to that level. It's a lot of things that you have to give up. That's just like a surgeon, someone who wants to be a doctor, and they have to give up all the times of hanging out and clubbing and drinking. Yeah, they want to drink. Some of them people want to smoke too, but they just found that. They just made a decision and said that this surgeon, being a surgeon, or something else was greater than, having this leisure fund in a little while. And it's going to pay off in the long run, which it usually does. And not to say that one is better than the other, just a different viewpoint, So, and now, you see years later, they're happy that they made that choice, because now they can relax, and now they can do this and do all this other stuff, when people who was doing the other, now they're kind of tight towards the end. It's just a perspective. It's just a view. It's just a view. So yeah, just understand it. I had to understand that myself, and like I said, not to get bottled up and caught up in the whole game of I'm not worthy enough, so I need to make myself worthy enough. You're more than worthy enough. Just those people who think that you're not worthy enough, the real reason is they're not worthy for you. So you need to understand that, and understand that everybody is not meant for you. Everybody is not meant for you, and that's okay. Your goal is to find the people that are meant and designed for you, because if you don't, you would dim your own life. And when you do, and that's how people end up with all these illnesses and things, because you're trying to please people. I've never seen how I can tell when I'm not happy. I will gain a lot of weight. I will be really sad. I will be like, oh, like I will have to literally super pray to things, like things get moved instead of letting things flow. When you're happy, you let things flow, and you feel safe, and you feel safe to open up in your dreams and your passions and your goals. You just flow, and that's what everyone should be able and to do, But unfortunately, when we go around people who don't believe in the same way we do, not only that, but who have not taken the time, because believe it or not, it's more people in the world that haven't taken the time to work on themselves than it is people who actually, people who actually sit there and do the work. And the older I got, the more I started learning that everybody, straight and narrow is the way, but everybody does not take that straight and narrow pathway of finding who and what they truly are and what they're designed to do. We get, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do that because we get trapped around everything that's going around us. But you have to grasp that. So, anywho, remember that you are worthy. You are worth being loved. You have to find that niche, those people. And the way that you find it, you don't go and search it, because I was searching it at first. But you just be yourself. And those negative people, they're going to eventually fall away. The thing is, don't reach back for them. Don't reach back for them, okay? You just keep going and letting your light shine, and the right people will come to you. And like I said, when those negative Nancy's and those Debbie Downers and all those people who said that you couldn't do it and they was hating you and spreading rumors about you, when they come back, because they will come back, because some of those people are going to repent. You can say, okay, I forgive you, all that, but don't let them back in that door. Don't let them back in the door. It was a reason why it all happened. And when you go through it, like, I had it with my ex, too. My ex was doing that, and oh, you're such the worst person, and you need to clean up, and you're a messy mess, and all this. And I'm sitting here like, I cleaned this whole entire house, like, from top to bottom. It was so dusty, all this. But then, now that we broke up, and now it's, oh, you can come in, you can do, and the house looks even worse. So it's just like, nope, no thank you, no thank you. Mind you, we didn't have anything like that. I just dropped them off a plate. But yeah, don't let them back in. Don't let them back in. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem, and thank you so much.